I was listening to the story about, it was a story of a family in Washington, and the little boy called the Bigfoot the cowboy man. And he had, apparently it had made an effort to steal this kid. And it hit me. My children were in that playpen behind me with nothing but a mosquito net over them. It could have crept up behind me and taken both of my children, and I wouldn't have known.
Father just got like a Mustang or something from Wyoming, okay? He had it out in the corral because he couldn't put it in the barn in the stalls with the other horses. It would kick and made all the other horses nervous. Had a Seminole Indian working the horse trying to break it every day. So they had it out in the corral. This skunk ape snuck up behind this horse and grabbed it on its hind quarters. This particular horse kicks out, jumps over the corral, runs into the pasture, to get away. At this point, the rancher's out there just blasted away with the 30-30. Skunk ape runs into the swamp.
I went up there one day after that, or 2 days after that. I went up there and sat in the silence up there, and I'm telling you, man, it was free. It was crazy. There was a crazy vibe up there still. I did what I could to kind of get things under control, but I told her, I said, you need to get off this property. I feel like no matter how strong you are, it's almost like standing in the ocean. You can't stand still without moving your feet. You're going to get knocked over eventually, no matter how strong, whatever. You can't withstand a barrage of weird spiritual energy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Paranormal Odyssey. I am Wayne, your host, joined as always by my co-host, partner in crime, associate producer, all that great stuff, Miss Tiffany. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
You're always excited. I don't think I've ever seen you not excited.
Simple things amuse me.
Yeah, I am simple.
That was not a purposeful shot at you.
Before we get going, let me say a big old thank you to Troy. Troy is our newest member to join our $1.99 membership. I appreciate that, buddy. We have officially launched our giveaway. We will talk about that here in just a minute. But before we do, let's go through all this stuff and, as Brian says, pay some bills. If you have not done so already, please take a second, hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate it. Also, take it a step further and share the show. Tell your friends, your family, what an awesome job we're doing, and get them to subscribe as well. We would greatly appreciate that.
Yes, and if you would like to be on with Wayne and I, please reach out, Wayne at paranormalworldproductions.com, or myself, Tiffany at paranormalworldproductions.com. And I am going to tell you guys, December's completely full. We just completely filled up January, so we don't have any openings until February. So if you guys want to get in, you got to do it now.
And ask everybody to head over to paranormalworldproductions.com, our website. Show some support to all the other shows. Maybe pick you up some merch, all that good stuff. I would love to get some pictures of some people in Paranormal Odyssey shirt or with a bag or a notepad. There's all kind of stuff that they have over there at the site. Just go to paranormalworldproductions.com and click on our store tab and pick you something up. But head over to the website and check out all the blogs for the other shows and everything. Show some support. We would appreciate it.
And to follow that, all their shirts today, if you did want a shirt, like the t-shirts, I know they're only $16. They're normally $22. So today would be a good day. Yes, absolutely. So if you have any questions, put them in all capital letters. It makes it so much easier for Wayne and myself to grab them and put them up there. If we happen to miss them, just type it out again, and we'll grab it as quick as we can and as the conversation allows.
Want to remind everybody about paranormal audits. I'm sorry, about Manimal Research on Facebook. I'm like a machine. I just get going. When it's wrong. Manimal Research, the organization that I founded back in 2019. You guys would like to be a member of our Facebook group, we would love to have you. Just head over there and click join.
Absolutely. Awesome.
All right. Couple more things before we get going. Let me, as we were talking about earlier, our membership. We have started our giveaway. We'll put this up here. It's our Paranormal Odyssey Live membership only giveaway. Drawing to be held for the first 50 people that join. Your name will be entered into a pot, and we will draw a name, and that person will win a brand new Yeti lunchbox, a Paranormal Odyssey t-shirt, and an autographed copy of Naoma's book. She is going to autograph it and send it to you herself. So hoping that will, entice some of you to become a member. Spend that $2. It's almost $100 lunchbox, guys, and that's coming out of our pocket. We're paying for that, and the T-shirt, we're paying for that to send to you guys. So $1.99. We say it all the time. It's not gonna kill you. I don't know why we don't have more. I don't understand.
Yeah, like, are you guys having an issue? Like, I know if you go to youtube.com, you search us on the site on a laptop, when it takes you to our page, you automatically will have that join button beside the subscribe button. But there is a few steps you have to do if you try to do it from your cell phone. So if there's a problem, if you want to join, but you just can't figure it out, you can always reach out to us. I will walk you step by step through it. I will call you. I will FaceTime you. Like, I will help you do whatever it is you need to do, to get your name in the hat. If that's if that's the issue, it's easily fixed.
Yeah, I don't know why YouTube makes it so hard to do things. It's only a couple of things that it makes it hard on. It's mainly just for the creators, people that put this stuff out. I know every time I do a video, I have to go in and do a couple different steps on YouTube after creating the show. It becomes a pain, and to not be able to join a channel's membership from the app, I don't understand why they would do that. But like she was saying, you have to do it from the website for some reason. But if you're having trouble with it, reach out to Tiffany. She can help you with it. I can help you with it. Either one of us. But I hope that you guys will take advantage of that. We would love to have this done before Christmas time. It would be awesome. Those lunch boxes are nice, guys. Anything Yeti is really, really nice.
Yeah.
And thank you to Naoma for offering to donate one of her books as well. And as far as the shirt, you can pick the color, whatever color you want. We'll order it and have it sent straight to you. So I hope that you guys will take advantage of that. What else you got? You got anything?
I don't think so. I was like slacking as far as my dad jokes, so I kind of
Dang, I hate to hear that.
I bet you are. I'm so full of shit.
We did a members only show last night. How funny! How fun was that? We got tickled. Mr. Tiffany came on and hung out with us. Something we were trying to, something we're doing with our members only show. We do video shows where we share videos and talk about them. We shared some videos from a known hoaxer last night in our members only, and then went into some spooky videos. But we gave our members the opportunity. We sent them the link to come on with us, and I think we can have up to 9 people on here.
Yeah.
But Mr. Tiffany was the only one that was able to get on last night. But that's something we're going to do more of, and y'all can jump on with us, and we'll talk. That's better than you typing out a message and everything. we're just all on here talking. There's different cool stuff that we can do for the members. So
Yeah,
really hope you guys will take advantage of that. I mean, like we said, we say it so much. $2 isn't a lot for y'all, but it helps us out, and it helps us out because if you get enough people giving you $2, it adds up, and it helps us to be able to do more stuff. And you guys don't realize how much time it takes to do a show
yeah.
like this. So,
So
you
we
want to
got
say something, Tiffany?
it would just be much appreciated because we love you guys. Y'all are our community, our friends.
Very, very much so. All right, you ready to get started?
I am. I'm so excited to have Joe back for part 2. We
If
can learn more about.
Yeah, you guys remember a couple of weeks ago? How long ago was it? Has it been a couple of weeks?
Yeah, November 21st
Okay.
is when he was on first.
Joe from Paranormal Paradise came on, and he's the one that had the dolls in the background that a lot of people said they thought one of them was moving. Was it Charlotte? Was that the name of the doll?
Yes, Charlotte, because when I went back and I watched that whole thing, her hand was moving, and it was slight. It wasn't like she was throwing her hand, but you could see the slight movements from her hand for sure.
Yeah. Well, we got him backstage, and I don't see any dolls in the background today, so we won't be able to watch for dolls moving. But if you're ready, we'll go ahead and bring Joe on.
Yeah. Let's talk to Joe.
Joe,
hey,
what's
Joe.
going on, buddy?
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, there's no dolls today.
How's it going, bud?
All right.
Good deal. Let me trying to get this situated. Get your mug up here instead of mine. There we go. All right. Yeah, I was telling everybody we're not going to get to watch dolls today, so that stinks. What is that? A hamster cage back there? What is that?
Bird cage.
A what?
It's a bird cage.
Oh, a bird cage. Okay. Well, maybe we'll see some birds talking or something.
Maybe.
All right, Joe. For the people, anyone that might have missed you last time, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, the name of your organization, and how long you've been doing this.
Well, we are a paranormal team that is located inside the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. That that we're just a bunch of, as the girlfriend put it, a bunch of misfits that just work together very well, and just our own little paranormal family. And going on 22 years of doing this, and it's just something that started off as a hobby and it's now a full-time thing, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I love doing it, and I gained old members coming back, new members coming on, and it's just something that just works, and we all enjoy it. We all love doing it. Even though it's like 21 degrees outside, we're out there still doing it.
Yeah, you guys are in New Jersey, right?
Yep.
You go into the Pine Barrens quite a bit, correct?
Yeah, that we were just out there last night, and we were there last weekend doing the tribute for Howie. He was a big paranormal investigator, adventurous guy who was going out there.
Okay,
And
yeah, you said you wanted to talk a little bit about that. So you go ahead and talk about what you guys did for him. I'm not familiar with Howie. Maybe some of our audience members were, but tell us a little bit about him and what you guys did for him. Did he pass away?
Yeah, that there's some other stuff that led up to everything. But yeah, that Howie passed away. So we held a 4-day tribute weekend for Howie. That my own personal paranormal team went out there. Rain, shine, that we didn't care what it was. That we were still out there. We were still doing it. That we've had some crazy encounters to where he actually came through. We were actually talking with Howie. So his family was also inside of the TikTok lives, everything, chatting with them. And it was just a very like emotional thing because besides us, that he was the only one going out there into the Pine Barrens and looking for Bigfoot, looking for the skinwalkers and all the aliens, everything. And so, that like we are just trying to keep his legacy alive, keep, his legacy going. And, I talked to his family, and next year that we are going to be starting the Howie Memorial Weekend. We're going to be doing that on the weekend of his birthday, starting next year, moving forward.
That's awesome.
And my own personal vinyl decal company that I am making decals for Howie to help raise money for his final expenses, everything. So, all the profits that are sold from the decals, everything, are going strictly to the family, to help them with whatever that they need the help with. So that's something of that, us as a team that we took on, and, that we're going to go with it. And that we had one crazy, what was that, Sunday night? Yes, Sunday night, to where we encountered one of the little girls that he encountered, and he would read her Little Red Riding Hood children's book. And me and the girlfriend are going to keep that going. Like maybe once, a week, or, on the weekends, we are going to go back out into the Pine Barrens, and we are going to try to reach back out to Emily, and we are going to read her children's books to keep that going in the memory of Howie. So
awesome. Very, very cool.
That we're trying to do everything that we can to, keep his legacy going. That there's been talk to maybe teaming up with some of his family members and doing, some stuff, out there inside of the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, that would be cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So he was a paranormal investigator that did most of his stuff out there.
Well, he was like that adventurous kind of a guy, that he did do, some paranormal stuff, out there inside the Pine Barrens. The whole thing with Bigfoot, skinwalkers, aliens. So like he was, it's the all around, kind of a thing with going out there and looking for the crazy stuff, out there inside the Pine Barrens.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's awesome, man, that you're doing that for him. That's really cool. I really like that you and the girlfriend are continuing to read the little girl spirit. That's awesome. That's really cool.
It is really cool. And you guys did a live too. I think I caught the tail end of it, where you guys were trying to communicate with Howie.
Yes. Well, the first night, Friday night, when we went out, it was raining. The roads, the dirt road that we were on, started to flood. So we had to call Friday nights. Saturday night, that we went out to a place called Deep Hollow Road inside the Pine Barrens. We made contact with him there. Wasn't, it was like here and there. But it was like we talked to him probably for about half hour, maybe 45 minutes. And then it was Sunday. We really didn't catch much of him, but Monday night he was coming through, crystal clear, and it brought closure for a lot of his friends and his followers and everything. And it was also brought closure, for some of the family members as well. And that alone, for me, is just to help bring that closure, to somebody that I rather have that, like being like satisfied helping somebody than going out there making $1 million, doing something else. But that's just me. Like I'm more of that. I want to go out there and help and do as much as I can. And with having the team that I do, I don't think that this weekend would have gone the way it did.
Right. Well, and that's why me and Wayne are the same way you are. Like, It's just getting people the help that they need. And what we do, it's like we open up that avenue for them to share their experiences. Like, because you can reach out to us, and it doesn't have to go on the show. If you just need to get it out, we'd open up a door for you to do that and not feel judged. And, so hats off to you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really cool. So is that what you did this past weekend, like yesterday?
No, this was the first weekend in January. No, December was the second, third, fourth, fifth, I believe that it was. That like you went out there, and it was last night that we went out there inside the Pine Barrens, just to go out there and have some fun. And as you guys are talking about the doll, what's up?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so you guys were talking about like the whole thing with the dolls. That one of the her kids are playing around. That the doll in the white dress, Christine, actually followed us out there to the Pine Barrens last night. So that I guess she wanted to see what we were doing. I guess she was maybe bored.
Mm-hmm.
So Christine followed you out. The doll followed you out to the Pine Barrens.
Yep.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I don't know what to say about that. Oh, I'm assuming that she followed you in spirit, right? She wasn't like walking her doll legs down the street.
No, it was like her spirit, because a lot of people think, with like haunted items, it's a doll or a haunted piece of furniture. That a lot of people think that these spirits are like live inside of that object, or that like they are, that like that's their home. It's that they are like attached to it, it was theirs or was given to them, so in some way or another. And yes, that they do like reside in the doll or the piece of furniture, and they can come and go, as they please. So, for her to, leave the doll and go wherever she wants, that's like what they do.
Yeah, and in the spirit of your show, having you on, our poll question tonight is up, and we've already had quite a few to answer it. The question is it possible for spirits to possess an object such as a doll? And right now we are at 88% yes and 12% no. I'm in the category of yes myself.
I am as well.
So the whole thing of like a doll, a piece of furniture, it can even be like a piece of like clothing. It was like someone that's say it was someone's like husband that like passed away, and he always wore it's like a certain like work jacket, like every single day. That he's going to be attached to that jacket, and that is he going to live inside of the jacket? No, but that he is going to be part of that jacket, to where that someone might notice something. Same thing with the dolls. The last time that I was on here, the doll was literally moving, and yes, that like they can like literally take over something, and that could be like their safe haven, kind of a thing. So it's like it's their attachment, and yes, that they can control that object. I was on live on TikTok, I want to say about a week ago, in my room that I had that brown cabinet. Well, the doors were opening and closing by themselves on live on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing some research. I reached back out to the guy who I got it from, that was his mother's cabinet that was in her room. So, that she's attached to that cabinet. So now, for her to come and go and mess around, with the cabinet, that's a normal thing.
Okay. Naomi had a good question. Let me pop it up here. It'll come on.
We're trying to put it up there at the same time.
Well, where is it? There
I
we
got
go.
it.
So does that mean that it is pointless to keep Annabelle locked up?
So with Annabelle, all right. So you take Annabelle and Robert the doll. Both of those dolls of the whole thing with Annabelle, that's a total, it's like the same thing but different. Of With Annabelle, it's the whole thing to where it's for our safety and for the people around Annabelle, for her to be locked up, in that box. That's literally for our safety.
So does the box keep her from being able to leave?
So from what I was told by other investigators who've been there, that's more of like a, the same thing. It's like a safety. It's like her. It's like a basically like her own like little like coffin kind of a thing. Is to keep the spirit and the doll inside of that box. That box is blessed, and stuff like that. But as they say, to where if they open up that box like they have before, there has been so much mayhem in that house that they actually had to put Annabelle back inside for everybody's safety. And so, have I ever seen Annabelle? No, I have not. I would love to, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, I'm like, what if I go there and someone opens it up and then all this bad stuff starts to happen? Then what? So you can have your demonic spirits like attach themselves to something and can literally move that object in more ways than one. But your normal, object, like the haunted dolls that I have or a haunted piece of furniture, that they just come and go, as they please. That's like their safe haven, as like their safety blanket.
Right. Yeah, because I had seen on it was another TikTok video, but they were actually moving Annabelle from one box to another one, almost the same, made up in the same fashion. I don't know why they were moving her, but they prayed before they opened the box. They prayed while she was out of the box, and they prayed after they put her in the box.
Yes.
It was like this big thing before she was even allowed to have her door open or touched or anything.
Yeah. So from what I understand, the whole thing with that, with when they, it's even if they open up the box, even, just clean the inside of the glass, everything, that there is usually like a minister or a priest or, a rabbi, somebody there who is saying prayers the whole entire time.
Yeah, that's how it was in that video. I think he was, I don't know if he was the preacher or priest, but he was along those lines.
Yeah. So, it's like with the dolls that I have in my room, that like those are more of like the friendly spirits that come and go as they please, but where you have like Robert the doll, to where you literally have to ask him permission to touch him, to take a photo of him, to even do a video. Is there something about Robert the doll? I don't know much about him, but from what I know of is that that's one of those things to where that you have to ask before you do anything with Robert the doll. So right. I've been looking more into it and trying to figure out exactly why is Robert the doll the way he is.
I heard the story about Robert the doll. It goes back a long way. I can't remember it, so I mean I don't want to butcher it, but Candy here has a question, and before I ask it, Candy, thank you very much for becoming a member, man. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
She wants to know, is that the same with Dubuque? I don't know if I'm
the
pronouncing it right.
The Dybbuk box. Yeah.
Dybbuk box. I don't know what a Dybbuk box is, but you might.
It's like, so it's like each object, doesn't matter what it is. You know, it could be Annabelle, could be a personal, haunted item that you have. Each item is going to be different. So my experiences, with my haunted dolls, the experiences, what that somebody might have with another haunted object, it's all going to be different. So it's like with Robert the doll, with Annabelle, the Divot box, with just say Jack Kevorkian's, van. Each haunted item is going to act its own way. It's going to have its own method of doing what it does. So, it's just one of those things that's you kind of like have to walk at it, with ease, because you really don't know what's going to happen. I've talked to people who've gone up there to go see Annabelle. Within the next 24 hours, 48 hours, that they have been involved in a nasty car accident, or that they have fallen down, a flight of steps, broke a leg, broken arm. I know people who have gone and dealt with Robert the doll, and they didn't ask, to do a photo op or, video, whatever. And, that they've had some bad luck happen to them. So, so a lot of people are like, oh, it's just, a haunted object, big deal. We're just going to take it from here and move it there and do this. No, it's you literally have to, ask, hey, it's like, can I do this? Can I do that? It's like with like dolls that I have, that I can walk up to them like, hey, I'm going to bring you over to, the computer and show you to people. No, I'm letting like them know what's going on. So, it's just, again, each haunted item has its own way of doing what it wants, when it wants. And like, my thing is, all right, they might be a spirit, now, but at one time they were a person in one way or another, and you still have to show them the respect of, of what they had and when they were alive. And a lot of people don't, do that.
Right. And when we had Finding Unknown on with Luna and Nolan, that was the same, almost verbatim, what they were saying is, look, this person was once alive, so they should be treated with the same respect that they were when they were living.
Yeah.
Yeah, and leave it to Naomi to come through for us. She tells us a little bit about Robert the doll. Said he was a childhood toy of Robert Eugene Otto, given to him by a servant who came from the West Indies. So I don't know if that would be voodoo or some kind of dark black magic or something like that. But thank you, Naomi.
Yeah, that there's a possibility, that it could be, some kind of like a voodoo, black magic, because, and that's just based on the area where it's coming from. Because from what I know, from what I've been told, that the West Indies and areas like that they do practice, the voodoo and the witchcraft. So a lot of those objects, I'm like, real iffy about going. Nah, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
And
Joe,
I looked up. I was
ahead,
just gonna let you know. I looked up the what a dybbuk is, because I know, but I can't explain it. So it says in Jewish mythology, from the Hebrew verb adhere or cling, is the malicious possessing spirit believed to be the dislocated soul of a dead person. It supposedly leaves the host body once it has accomplished its goal, sometimes after being exorcised, and I'm assuming goes into this box. There's a movie about it.
Yeah.
That kind of goes along with what was going to be my next question. Wanting to shift gears a little bit. Have you ever personally, Joe, dealt with possessions, or what would you do if you did run into like a demonic possession?
So once you say it, this was probably 5, 6 years now. That we used to live in a town called Morristown here in New Jersey. That the house that my parents were renting used to be an old saloon. And, and over time, that it went from, being an old bar to a store to a barber shop to, then eventually into a house, that like people can rent out for, and that was like almost like 80 plus years. But there was something in that house that the previous owners conjured up from what I looked up and everything. And there was something dark in that house that was tormenting my nieces and my nephews and even my brother. And the one night that I can tell you exactly still to this day what it looked like to the T was roughly about 7 foot tall, these bloodshot red eyes. And that the way how it just like manifested up out of nowhere in the hallway. And I went running towards it, because like my thing is, all right, I have my family here. I have my nieces here. There's my nephews. And I did probably what everybody would do, but at the same time was also stupid about it. I called it out. And I started calling it names, everything. And I basically said, you want to pick on somebody, you want to torment somebody, here I am. And probably for about 6 to 8 weeks that I knew that I was not myself. That like something was like controlling me, because I would pick fights with everybody for no apparent reason. So this like did this entity like take over my body? I really can't say yes, I really can't say no, but it did affect the way on how I was acting towards everybody and everything. And that it was just like, it's one of those things that's, to me, that I knew that I was not myself. And to me, it was that, it's like looking back at it, it's just like, yeah, did it scare the shit out of me? Oh, hell yeah, it did. But also at the same time, I'm like, well, I knew what had to be done was to protect my family. And people have asked me, would you do that again? I said, oh, in a heartbeat that I would. But at the same time, it's also a stupid answer because of what I went through. I know what I went through. And it, it's like still to like, this day that I still like ask myself, is there still somewhat part of that entity or whatever you want to call it that's still attached to me? Yes or no? And it's just one of those things that's just something like that. I would not be that, I would tell somebody, not to do that. And I do. I tell people, don't call something negative out. Don't, try to have it go after, yourself or anything. Because what I went through, I know what I went through. And yeah, that it caused issues, that it literally destroyed, relationships that I had with people because I was not myself. And it's just one of those things that.
How did you get rid of it?
So that was one of the times to where that I turned back to the Bible, and I started reading the Bible, and at the time my girlfriend, at that time, she was her family was high and well, not high, but very active inside of the Catholic Church, everything. And she told her mom, what happened, everything. And it was, me talking to their, was it like the priest or however, the minister, whatever it is inside the Catholic Church. And that I went there maybe twice, and he was saying some prayers, everything. And it just like went away. It was like I was right back to being my goofy self. So it's like when like a lot of people go, oh, is prayer and stuff good, during hauntings or paranormal activity, everything. Yes, that it is. We have had our, encounters with spirits to where that my mom would literally play, Christian music every single day. And yeah, it kept whatever it was away. But it's like whenever that, that stopped, it would pick right back up again. It would be worse every single time. And I think that's also another reason on why I am putting so much time and effort into doing what I do with the paranormal. I'm always trying to learn more. I'm always trying like researching different things, talking to other paranormal teams, and and trying to understand everything even more and more. Of one of my ex friends, Stephanie, was also an ex team member, was very stupid and idiotic. She decided to play with a Ouija board inside of a pentagram. And yeah, and I can recall, her telling me on how she had to go to church, everything. Oh, it was like 2, 3 times a week for almost 6 months until whatever it was gone. But it's so people say, hey, it's like, is there really these demonic entities out there that can take over your body or take over something? Yes, there are. And some people kind of like egg it on because they want to see for what would happen. Do I recommend that? No. No, I do not.
Yeah, Carson there says, Joe, I believe you. Religion intervening is what saved you 100%.
Oh yeah. That like even when like all right, so on one of our TikToks that she's now actually one of my good friends that we don't talk as much, but she was going through some very heavy negative um spiritual war, like warfare basically inside of her house. And that that she was on my live and everything, and she's like, what do I do, this and that. And I was like, well, my first question is, are you religious? She goes, no, I'm really not, but I'll do anything, on what I can. And it was, I told her, like, hey, you can play Christian music. If you have a Bible inside, of your house, just open it up and just read, a couple passages, from the Bible, each and every single day. And she was doing that for the longest time, and she still does do it. And then, then that's when I was telling her, that you can actually like go out to the dollar store or Walmart, wherever, and you can go and buy a cross or whatever, and you can go to your local, church, and you can ask them to bless it, and you can go hang it up inside your house, or your bedroom, your office, wherever, that like you're having this stuff happen. And a lot of people are like, dude, that is that stuff, does that really work? Yeah, it does. I wear blessed crosses around my neck every single day. So, it's one of those things. It's like during a haunting. Can does religion play a big part into this negative energy or a not so friendly spirit leave? Yes, it can.
Yeah, Robert Field here. I'm with you, buddy. Says that Ouija is a big nope from me. Don't mess
No.
with them. Bad vibe. I don't either. Played with them a couple times as a kid, but I really feel like that was just an innocent thing, kids being stupid. So nothing really happened. We were moving it, I'm sure, the Dow or whatever it's called. So, but as an adult, being serious in any way, no, I've never messed with one, and I don't see myself doing it.
Whole big no for
Why?
me too.
Yeah, it's just asking for shit. Who needs to ask for shit? I got too much shit in my life.
Exactly. I mean, it just comes to us naturally. Why are we gonna say, here, give this to me and make it just as horrible as you possibly can?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I got like real people messing with me. Why do I need spirits to come around and mess with me too? People I can't see. I want to see the shit coming.
Yeah, right.
No, that's just me though.
Hmm.
So,
But
go ahead, Joe.
I was saying, no, like I know exactly, for what you're talking about, that like it's like you have so much shit going on, so much stuff going on, and like you want to see it coming at you that you don't want to, the unknown to, do whatever that it's going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a spirit sneak attack. Just
No,
not.
that's the reason. That's the reason I don't do these paranormal investigations as much as I would love to. I'm so scared something is going to grab a hold of me and come home with me because I'm the one it'll pick. I know my luck. I know it'll grab onto me. Let's get the fat guy with the beard and jump on and go home with him and terrorize him. that would be me. So I want none of it.
I don't either.
I mean, I guess if there was a way that I could guarantee that wouldn't happen, I would be more open, but I just don't think that there is any way to guarantee it.
No, it's and it's like as careful as as like we are every time that like we go out there. That my dad jokes around with me, like my mom does, as in like, all right, Joe, what spirit are you gonna bring home today? I'm like, I have enough that already follow me. I don't need any more. But that it's like all of us that like we all are wearing like crosses or something that's been blessed and but there's always still that chance to where somebody's gonna be like, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna still go home with you and still go bother you.
Yeah. Tiffany was wanting you to talk about some of the paranormal equipment that you make. What is it that you do, Joe?
So right now that we have like a portal box of right now we have the version 1, which is Bluetooth, so that you can hook up your phone to run the necrophonic off it, or Spirit Talker, the Necrometer, Ghost Tube. It's like the apps that run off your phone. Version 2, what we are in the process of coming up with everything to build it, that it will have the hookup to be built to have the SB11, the SB7, the S box, the Ghost box, to where it's just like an extra speaker, everything that's all like hooked up to it. And so this way it's another piece of equipment that's going to make it so much easier for other paranormal teams to understand everything a little bit clearer and everything. And all the equipment what I build is built out of plexiglass that so it's clear, so you get to see the inside of everything and how it works. That I also build the motion tube lights, what are like about 3 feet tall. It has a light motion sensor on it, of the motion light box, which is basically like a 5x7 square cube. That again it's just a motion light setup, and the whole thing you can literally change the color on all the stuff. So if you want it to be blue, pink, yellow, that you get to choose. Then we also have the motion music light box. So it's like a motion sensor, that like beeps. That also has a motion sensor light already, like built into it, all hooked up. I build the EM pumps, which is a electric magnetic field pump, what puts the energy back out the atmosphere to help the spirits manifest, so they can talk to you or move objects. What else do we build? That we are in the process of getting the equipment to build REM pods, a temperature sensor of a one. Now, this is going to be the two biggest projects on what I'm still in the process of developing, is the 180 video camera and the 180 audio box. So the 180 video box will have like 3 separate cameras set up in like a 180 view that will have a 7-inch tablet to where it have like the 3 different screens on it. So you'll be able to, so if you're sitting in like a corner of like a room, that you'll be able to record within like a 180 like radius in front of you. So you don't have to have like 5-6 cameras set up, just to, watch wherever that you're at. And the same thing also with the audio box, that would have like built-in mics all out through the whole box, to where so basically it's like a regular audio recorder, but just on steroids.
Okay.
So that's the way how one of my team members put it. It's like, dude, it's like you basically just took a regular recorder and you're, going to be given a steroid. It's going to be like this super like audio thing. Like, yeah, pretty much. And even with that will have a tablet with it that will show the audio waves. So if you're sitting there, in like a dining room or even a creepy basement, that if you're sitting there quiet and if there's other noises going on, it will show up on the audio level chart on the tablet.
That's awesome. So do you have a website that somebody could go to and look at that yet?
So the website is paranormalparadise.godaddy.com.
Okay.
Or that you can go to our Facebook page at Paranormal Paradise, and I have all the paranormal decals that I do that is up there, and also the paranormal equipment. There's links to our YouTube, links to the website on there also.
Awesome. So it's your one-stop shop.
Yeah.
There was a question up here. Let me get back to it. I might have passed it. I did.
Yeah,
I did that yesterday too. Yeah, Russell. So unprofessional. Damn it, Wayne.
Yep.
Joe, have there been any recent sightings of the Jersey Devil?
So, from what I'm told, that I think it was. So now this all goes back to the same area of Skinwalker Forest, inside of the Pine Barrens. That I read it up on one of the South Jersey paranormal websites that I go to because people can go and like add like their stories and and things like that, to where like somebody's like, yeah, I saw something black going from tree to tree, but it was too big to be a bird, but at the same time it looked like a bird but looked like a horse dog kind of a thing. Well, that's what they say the Jersey Devil is. He's like this, basically like a horse with wings. So, but that was like back, I want to say around like Halloweenish was the last time that there was a most somewhat recent, what they believe could have been the Jersey Devil.
Okay. So Joe, you make decals?
Joe,
Can you hear me?
What?
So Joe, you make decals?
Yes, of through so I own Paranormal Paradise, and I also own like little like one person little like homemade studio kind of thing to be doing decals. So I'm doing the paranormal decals, and it's my decal company, Wolfpack Vinyl Graphics, is the company that is making the all the decals for Team Howie and everything. And again, all those, whatever decals are sold, goes to the family, everything. But it's just, two hobbies that I, fell in love with, was doing decal work and the paranormal. So that's all I basically do now. And it's like one of those things to where it's like it's like a man cave kind of a thing. You just go there and just get away from everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I bring that up because I've been wanting someone to do some decals for me.
All right.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show to get something up. I've been wanting to have some done.
All right.
All right. Yeah, we're coming up on an hour now. Joe, tell everybody where they can find you. Tell them all the. You already went over it once, but do it again. Tell everybody where they can find you.
All right. So we are on Facebook at Paranormal Paradise. Right there on the Facebook page has a link to our website and our YouTube account. Or you can find us on TikTok at paranormal_paradise.
Okay, and it's important to note the spelling of
Yes.
paradise. Go ahead and tell them how to spell paradise.
So paradise, so a lot of people think, just type in, paradise with an S. No. So paradise is PARDICE, and I spelt it that way because of our logo. It's the Ace of Spades. So I kind of went through the whole thing with, the like poker, kind of a thing. That you have like your Ace of Spades, and you also have your dice. So it's kind of like one of those things that work like side by side.
You got a pair of dice. There's two of them.
Well, the girlfriend was messing around with her little decal program that she has on her phone, and she was working and making up some different other logos and stuff like that. So maybe I might, have another type of logo, so that we can have the logo what we have now, and a alternative logo that actually has a pair of dice inside of the Ace of Spades.
Oh, that would be fun. That would look cool. That would look cool.
And right now she's sitting over there blushing.
All right, Joe. Yeah, just I believe we still have all the links from before, so I'll make sure to include those when we upload this one to podcast.
All right.
Joe, thank you for taking the time to come and hang out with us again. I really appreciate it, buddy. Stay safe out there.
Yes, that we're trying to stay safe and keep ourselves out of trouble.
Yeah, be
trouble. That's probably the biggest thing. Don't get arrested and don't bring any spirits home with you.
Yeah.
Don't take any spirits to jail with you.
No.
All right, buddy. Be good.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See ya.
Bye. Wow, I am like huge. You need to make me smaller.
There you go. And you're on my side again.
I know. You know what? I'm on the right side. Thank you. God, I feel so much better.
All right. Another one bites the dust.
Yep. Moving on. It was a good show. It was a very good show. I love having Joe on. He's very genuine.
Yeah, he is very genuine. A lot of times a problem you run into when you bring someone back for a part 2 is you run out of stuff to talk about on that second one. But Joe kept it going.
Yep.
Very, very nicely done. Great night from the audience as well. You guys were active tonight. I really, really appreciate that. We added a new member. We've added 2 new members in the last couple of days, so I like that. Thank you, Troy, and thank you, Candy, for hitting that join button. You are now entered in the drawing.
Yes.
I love
Robert
that
said he
Bigfoot.
loves that Bigfoot podcast post.
Thank you very much. Robert, do you listen to that Bigfoot podcast? I'll wait on your answer. I hear it's
No pressure.
I hear it's a pretty damn good show. It's taking the Bigfoot world by storm. You ain't doing your job if you ain't pissing some people off. We seem to be doing that.
gotta. Hey, I mean, you're doing it right then.
That's right.
I'm
I'm gonna throw this
telling
up here one more time before we get out, just to entice people. There you go.
And Robert said, I have not, but will start new to your page because he's from Joe's team.
Okay. Yeah, we are. That Bigfoot podcast is on everywhere that you get podcasts. Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Audible, all of them. So hope that you will head over there and check that out.
Yes.
As well as
and
everybody.
Yes. Mr. Tiffany said he loves that Bigfoot podcast, and whoever didn't see it last time missed a doozy.
Yeah. You talking about the live?
The live, yeah.
Yeah, that one was fun. Brian and I both got a little bit heated, a bit passionate about some subjects. Robert, we release a new episode every Friday. It's an audio podcast. We've only done a couple of lives like these. We've only done a couple. We're going to start doing more, but it's an audio podcast. So hit the follow button if you don't mind. You got anything before we get out of here, ma'am?
I don't think so. I think we're all good until Tuesday. I love that picture.
I don't know if I've shared that yet with everybody, but I do too. Wayne Tillett, I believe is his last name. I was on the BFRO expedition with him, and he does characters for a living. He goes around to different events and does them. And he was brought us stuff and set up and was doing them for the people at the expedition. And I pulled him aside and asked him, said, I'd like to have one for my new podcast. And he took a picture of me, and I sent him a couple pictures of Brian from Facebook. And this is what he come up with. And I think he did an amazing job.
I do too. Oh, look, Wayne.
What?
Mr. Field just became a new YouTube member.
Robert, look at you.
Thank you. That's so awesome.
I appreciate that, buddy, so very much. It's the first time we've ever had two people join in the same show. And then you throw in Troy from just the other night. That's three, just a couple days.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm telling you, our members only lives are going to be lit.
You want to do one tomorrow?
What is tomorrow? I don't know my days. Tomorrow's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do one tomorrow.
All right.
And then we'll do the show Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a show 3 days in a row now.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Tomorrow will be 4. Yeah, let's plan on doing that. We added some new members only, so let's give them a little something. We'll do a members only tomorrow night, so y'all be ready for that. I'll put it together when we get done here. And Chad, keep trying, buddy. If you're still in here watching, keep trying to join, and you can hang out with us tomorrow night in our members only.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I love them.
All right, let's say our goodbyes and get out of here and get ready for tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Candy, for coming in and joining, and Robert and Troy and everybody for being so talkative. I love it when the chat goes like that. It just makes for a great, great show. So we'll see you tomorrow if you're a member, and if not, we'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah, I love looking at the chat over there and seeing all green names. That's awesome.
Yes. Love green. It's a Christmas color too.
Yeah, it is. As Tiffany was saying, we love you guys. Thank you so very much y'all are the reason that we do this. It's the only reason that we do. I've met so many awesome people since I've been doing this, and just look forward to the future and just continuing to grow. And if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing it, obviously. So we greatly appreciate it. Guys, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we will see you later.